Hey lovely Scorpios, welcome to my channel. My name is Katie. Today I'm going to be doing your reading for the first week of July. July is going to be a very interesting month, you guys, for all of us. If you are someone who watches a lot of readings or horoscopes, you probably have heard by now that July is an important life-changing month, basically. We're going to be having a lot of astrological alignments, which I'm going to be mentioning a little bit here, but I'm going to be going in depth in the monthly readings, especially the one for you guys. So make sure to check out those monthlies if they're already released in my channel. Those are more extended readings that will bring you a whole overview of the month ahead. In this case, this is a reading for the first week. And this first week of July is also going to be very, important because it's going to be the Mercury retrograde shadow period. From the 1st to the 7th, we're going to be completely in that shadow energy. And on the 7th, at the end of this week, Mercury is officially going retrograde. So there's a lot going on. It's interesting. Let's see what the cards are saying for you guys and what are the important messages that you need to keep in mind. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for being here. You know that I love you guys. And if you're new to my channel and you happen to stumble upon this video today for the first time, I invite you to go ahead and click on the subscribe button so you can make sure that you receive the monthly reading and all of the other readings that I'm going to be posting for you guys. Universe, what are the messages for our beautiful Scorpios for the month of July, especially the first week of July? Today I'm using the Mermaid Tarot and the Crystal Tarot. And it's a super rainy, cold, kind of dark day here. Feels super cozy to be having my coffee and just doing these readings with you guys. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Wands. Okay, guys, it is important right off the bat, before we even start with the reading, it is important for you guys to start this month of July well rested and not overwhelmed. Okay, it is particularly important in this month because, as I mentioned, the month has tons of alchemical processes happening for all of us due to the astrological alignments. And if you, it's gonna feel a little bit like a marathon. So you wouldn't want to start a marathon feeling exhausted, right? You need to be on your A game, you need to have all the energy, be hydrated, well rested, well fed. That's kind of the same thing this month. So try not to begin this, this month pulling an all-nighter or something like that. You need to be rested. That's very the deck. I do feel like there's a lot of Scorpios that are pushing and grinding, you know what I mean? And just try to take a nap if possible before the month starts. It will help tremendously. First card we have here is the Knight of Pentacles. So this energy is actually going to be very beneficial for you guys. Take pause. Take a moment at the beginning of this week or before this week begins. Take a moment, maybe journal, and write down what is your strategy for this month. So the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving of the knights in the tarot, but it's the one that makes the least mistakes. So how can you maybe bring your energy back from trying to do everything at the same time, multitasking and achieving and covering all your responsibilities and doing all these things? How can you bring that back and see the bigger picture for a second and say, okay, if this month ahead is not going to provide me with all of the energy for me to do the material things that I want to do, and instead most of my energy is going to go to my inner processes, what things can I take off my plate and what things do I need to keep on my plate? And do this inventory and try to lighten your backpack for the month. Then we have the Four of Swords. Yes, this is exactly what I mean. Bring down the energy a bit, rest, try to make a little bit of an effort for your rest to be very high quality. So go to bed a little bit earlier. If you can't wake up a little bit later, wake up a little bit later. Maybe use some lavender oil on your feet when you go to bed. Maybe, you know, place the temperature of the room in the exact way that you like it so you can go really deep. If you have this goes for me, like I have cats and they love to sleep with me, but honestly I don't sleep as well when they're in the room, and when I really need to sleep and get well rested, I take them out and they spend the night outside. So that's something, you know, that you can think about, because this rest is going to be incredibly beneficial on a soul level for you, on an emotional level. Your emotions, your thoughts are going to be so much easier to deal with if you're well rested. Then we have the High Priestess. Some of you guys could be dealing with a Pisces or water signs perhaps, or just someone in your life who's very intuitive. But what I'm feeling the most is that this is you, Scorpio. I feel like you are the High Priestess in your life. You know how to manage the energies within yourself and within your life for them to bring in what you want them to bring in. The eclipses are going to be extremely powerful for you guys. I'm seeing here the full moon in this card, and it's catching my attention quite a bit. Note that there's going to be 2 new moons on this month of July, and there's going to be a solar and a lunar eclipse. Research a little bit about that eclipse. I feel like it's going to be incredibly important for you guys. Then we have the 9 of Wands. How can you, Scorpio, continue to make progress, continue to move forward without burning yourself out? How can you rest and take care of yourself and at the same time continue the path that you're on? Is there a way in which you can find a common ground within this two? Because if you continue to push yourself too hard this month, well, I've already talked about that, but there is a big chance that you're gonna feel like quitting if you push yourself a little bit too hard. Like if that goes a little bit further than it needs to, there's a big chance that you might feel overwhelmed and exhausted and discouraged, and you might want to throw everything out the window, which I highly encourage you not to do. That's why you need to pace yourself at the same time. I think that's, you know, the most important message for you. 7 of Swords here. Some of you guys, let's see what I'm picking up from this card. Some of you guys are seeing someone around you, and you're seeing their behavior, and you're seeing how they act, what they choose to say, and what they choose to keep to themselves. And you're just observing and you're thinking, is this ethical? Like, maybe this person says this is completely ethical, but is this really ethical? Like, I feel some kind of like cognitive dissonance between what you think is right and what you're perceiving in someone, and that can create a little bit of a clash that needs some internal processing from your side. This is not the month to bring in difficult conversations. Mercury retrograde will make those harder, and the point is going to be completely missed, you know, from both parties. The point is not going to get across. It's very unlikely. So what I would recommend is just for you to take this week to observe, especially if you resonate with this message. Then we have the Queen of Cups. Some of you guys are dealing with a Pisces, definitely. That could be also a Cancer or another Scorpio. This could also be you. I feel like these two cards are very much talking about your energy, Scorpio. So know that your magic is going to be playing an important role this week as well, your intuition. You're going to be able to navigate these energies so much better than other people due to your intuition and due to your connection with your emotions. One of the eclipses, if not both of them, I'm not sure, is on the Cancer sign. So that is definitely going to bring in some things for you. This is a time for ritual, meditation, connection. I'm hearing Yemanja. I'm not sure. Yeah. So some of you guys could be dealing with, or Some of you guys could be wanting to connect to the spirit of the ocean and using those water properties and water energies for your manifestations around the eclipses. Those of you who are very witchy-like are going to have a lot of fun this month. The energies are going to be wonderful for you. The Three of Pentacles is letting me know as well that you are going to be supported by others as you support yourself. And with the Page of Wands, it is important for you to know that even though you have high dreams, even though you have high expectations and wishes for manifestations to occur, make sure that you're having fun on a daily basis. Make sure that you're following your passions and that your inner child and that inner sense of wonder is being satisfied as well. Not only, responsibility. So make sure to have some magic this month. Make sure to, use your magic. You guys are very magical, Scorpios. Five of Pentacles. I am supported and I am never alone. Yes. What other messages do you have for our beautiful Scorpios this first week of July? Okay. Seven of Swords again. I take great care of what I value. I feel like this Seven of Swords is speaking about a person in your environment. I feel like there's someone in your environment that you love very much who may be taking some shady actions or some, unconscious behavior might be catching your attention. You can take care of them if you feel like you value them a lot, but as I mentioned, this is not the best month for those kind of conversations. So just gather evidence of this, gather information, and maybe next month you can bring that to that person and have a heart-to-heart conversation that can be helpful. But this is definitely not the month for it. Last message, we have the Fool card. I am guided and protected on my life journey. Gorgeous. If you guys like to use crystals for your manifestation rituals or meditations, full moon, new moon, eclipse stuff, the crystals that are suggested by this deck are malachite, sodalite, clear quartz, amethyst, sodalite, green aventurine, citrine, carnelian, and red jasper. Those are the ones that you should, if you have them around, bring along to your meditations and your stuff. So Scorpio, very interesting. Make sure to complement this reading with the monthly and see how it resonates for you. Remember that this is a general reading, so it might not apply for all of you in the same way. Some things might be for you, other things might be for other people. But I think the main message for all of you is dial it back a notch and take it easy. Don't burn yourself out. Make sure that you're well rested before all of these important energies start, moving you around. Bye, guys.